Texas to Mexico. Guys, hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. About 3 weeks ago, back in February, I put up a video talking about all of these recent train derailments and warehouse fires, very large warehouse fires. And the train derailments, there were two in Detroit, two or three in Ohio, one down here in North Carolina, and one just north of Houston. Well, these incidents are continuing, and there's been multiple incidents that have occurred here in the last 72 hours involving train derailments and other things that I want to touch base on. We're going to go from Frederick, Maryland, down to West Virginia, over to Alabama, and then down here to Galveston, Texas, looking at some more major incidents that have occurred here. Like I said, in the last 3 or 4 days, Norfolk Southern train derails in Alabama hours before CEO testifies before Congress. 30 cars derailed Thursday. This would be yesterday around 6:45 in the morning in Calhoun County, Alabama. There were no reports of any hazardous leaks. And Calhoun County is right up here in the northeastern part of Alabama. And I'd like to thank Maria for sharing this article with me. Maria lives in Alabama, and she alerted me actually last night of this most recent train derailment. Yet another train by Norfolk Southern. They've had multiple train derailments here just in the last couple of months. This train was traveling from Atlanta to Meridian, Mississippi, as it was going through Alabama when it derailed around 6:45 a.m. in the Quad Cities area of White Plains. There were no reports of injuries and no reports of hazardous leaks after approximately 30 cars derailed. And here's a picture of that derailment, and you can see some of the cars piled up here behind this gentleman, and there's more in the background that you cannot see, and it's out in the middle of a wooded area. And this is the incident that occurred in Alabama just yesterday. Now we're going to West Virginia. 3 injured in fiery train derailment caused by rock slide. Sandstone, West Virginia. An empty coal train hit a rock slide along tracks in West Virginia on Wednesday morning, causing a fiery derailment that injured 3 crew members. And this was by CSX, not the Norfolk Southern. 4 locomotives and 22 empty cars derailed in Summers County. Goes on to say the derailment occurred in a remote area just south of Sandstone inside the New River National Park and Preserve, according to a statement from the West Virginia Emergency Management Division. Several state agencies are monitoring the situation and said public water systems downstream have been notified. No hazardous materials were being transported on the train, and there should be no issues regarding any types of leaks or anything like that. And going from West Virginia up here to Frederick, Maryland, and this incident that we're going to touch on next occurred right over here on Highway 15. See Highway 15 here that actually goes around Frederick. Frederick is right here. This incident occurred somewhere along this highway right here. And here's the incident we're talking about. Homes catch fire after tanker truck crashes in Maryland. Article dated March 9th of 2023, and there's an image of the incident. And the article goes on to say Maryland authorities have said that a tanker truck carrying a flammable liquid crashed on a Maryland highway over the weekend. So this was about 5 or 6 days ago, and caught fire. And the incident occurred right here on Highway 15, just west of Frederick. The article goes on to say during a news conference, Frederick Fire Chief Tom Coe said that after receiving several emergency calls, fire crews arrived within minutes and found the truck engulfed in flames along with 3 homes and automobiles. One of those homes was extensively damaged, displacing the residents. The other 2 sustained minor damage. The chain of events that led to the crash is under investigation. Officials are also trying to determine the substance the tanker was carrying. Coe said, adding that it was thought to be a commonly transported flammable liquid. But this occurred in Maryland. So we had an incident in Alabama, incident in West Virginia, incident in Maryland, and this next incident occurred down in Galveston, Texas. But this involves a large cruise ship that was simply docked here in Galveston. But this article from NDTV goes on to say over 300 people fall sick with mysterious illness on a U.S. cruise ship. Article is dated March 10th, but the incident occurred sometime around March the 5th. So within the last week, but over 300 people came down with a mysterious illness while on a cruise ship from Texas down to Mexico and then back to Texas. The article does not say what the people came down with. They're calling it an unidentified illness. Goes on to say that over 300 passengers and crew members were ill with an unidentified illness on Princess Cruises' Ruby Princess ship. According to the Metro News, the outbreak happened on the ship during a voyage from Texas to Mexico and then back to Texas from February 26th to March the 5th. Elaborating on the details, the news outlet further reported that of the 2,881 passengers, 284 reported being ill, which is nearly 10% of the entire passengers that were on the ship, according to the investigators at CDC. Among the 1,159 crew members, 34 came down with the illness, about 3%. And again, they don't know what the illness is. They all had similar symptoms. And again, this incident occurred around a week and a half ago, but the ship was out of Galveston, Texas. So once again, we're seeing yet another increase, a flurry of new train derailments, one in Alabama, one in West Virginia, just in the last 48 hours. And coming over here to the homepage of the website, today's feature photo was sent in by Chris out of Mount.
Tonight, disturbing new video showing that gunman in Hamburg opening fire through a window into a Jehovah's Witness hall. He fires his pistol more than 100 times, according to police. The lights eventually going out. And then he crawls through the window and continues pulling the trigger. A special police unit in the area at the time storming the building within minutes of the first calls, evacuating terrified people from the hall. The gunman then fleeing to a higher floor, and police say taking his own life. 5 adults were killed, and a pregnant woman was badly wounded. She later miscarried. 7 other people were also hurt, 3 with life-threatening injuries. Police say the 35-year-old gunman, who they identified only as Philip F. for privacy law reasons, was a former member of the congregation who left 18 months ago. And authorities confirming to ABC News they received an anonymous tip that the shooter had developed, quote, a special rage towards religious groups, particularly the Jehovah's Witnesses. Investigators visited the suspect at his home last month, but did not find grounds to seize his weapons. And today, one by one, the bodies of those killed were brought out of the hall. Dennis Garriman paid his respects, telling us he has friends who've attended the congregation's meetings. I'm sorry this happened here.
Sorry, true. Yeah, this is horrible for Hamburg, at least for Germany.
Authorities also revealed that the gunman left the congregation here voluntarily a year and a half ago, but apparently it was not on good terms. Still, there is no specific motive for this horrific attack. Marcus Moore, ABC News, Hamburg.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
Police in the German city of Hamburg say several people have been killed in a shooting incident and several others have been injured. The attack happened inside a meeting hall for Jehovah's Witnesses in Hamburg, where an event had apparently been. Shot that we have just outside that meeting hall. Police there, the investigation very much underway. Police say the gunman acted alone, and it is thought that the gunman is dead. Let's bring on the events of the last few hours. This report from Tim Allman.
A quiet street in Hamburg at around 9 o'clock in the evening local time. In the distance, a figure appears to have climbed up the outside of a building and is peering inside. Then, after a short pause...
Shalom, beloved, shalom. I'm sorry, what? Give me a 1 if you can hear me and see me well. Oops. We have a lot to discuss. We have a lot to take in. Now, before we move in a little bit further, I would like to apologize to the nation, to the people. Since some of you know tomorrow will be the last day of our fast and of also the last day of me receiving certain things, and I was quite busy for the last 3 days. I was down preparing stuff so we can get things moving, like some of you already know. Now, with the incident that been happening, of course, let me clarify the fast. Like the 11th, today's the 11th, the fast is already over for the people that are in Australia, the Philippines, the UK, um, all the other places that they are a day ahead of us, Japan and China, I guess the Eastern Hemisphere, the fast is already over for them. But symbolically, we ended on the 12th. So tomorrow, Sunday, Shemesh the 12th at sundown, the fast is going to be officially over. However, doing this 40-day today, to us over here, it's day 39, and we have seen so much things going on with the fast, so much things going on with the world. It is come to no surprise to us that the Gentiles are dismayed. They don't know what's going on. Well, they claim they don't know what's going on. We just play, excuse me, a 5 to 8 minutes video out of Mr. MBB383, something like that. He mentioned those things are happening way too often. Even the people that they interview, okay, and the area where those incident occurs, they say the same thing. However, we over there, we are not dismayed, nor we are shocked. We know, of course, the ley line is switched. The energy grid on the earth is not as the same it was couple years ago. We've been noticing these things since pre 2020. I would say I myself in 2019, I've been seeing certain things occurs. The chemical plant keep catching on fire. The massive train derailment. We had multiple videos on that. Everybody that I hear can tell you the car accident. They are very, very real, and they are in a higher intensity that they were back pre 2019. Now, of course, March 6th was the opening of the gate of Helios, aka the gate of 1,000 sun. There is a recent report that came out, NASA or whatever scientific sect that came in, and they say the sun is getting a hell of a lot hotter. There are more and more things coming out of the sun, and it's been on March 6th, precisely. I think they came out on March 7th. They say this thing is really, really bad. Okay, now, of course, we know for a fact we enter on March 2nd, the 8th hour, and we told those people you got 1 year left. 1 year left. March 2nd, 2024 will be the ultimate hell that's going to happen. Now, after March 7th, which was the full moon, Shabbatai officially, I believe, entered the house of Pisces, the house of the fishermen, and the house of that age that you people were. We were in the age of Pisces. We left that. We are right now in the age of Aquarius. A lot of people, we're going to the upper room, the guest room. It's already furnished and all that. So one thing our people need to understand and have comprehension of, when there's something that try to take your attention away. One of the main reasons why I'm staying down for the past 3 days is because of the whole Mexican cartel kidnapping fiasco. Okay, I had to stand down. I had to stand down and meditate and let the media do whatever they're going to do. I'm not saying we're being distracted and stuff. For all we know, they could be Samaritans. However, we're not going to put our emotion and lower our shield onto this, because the whole black media community is an uproar because this thing happened over there. You won't believe how common things like that happen over there in Mexico and Haiti and everywhere. They are quite common. Okay, I had to step down and taking care of some stuff, meditation, fulfilling, and taking care of things that I was doing, and they all come to fruition. Then again, excuse me, we will mention this. Tomorrow, the 12th, after tomorrow, the 12th, I personally will go into an hiatus. You may not be able to see me live on the prayers. However, you will receive videos, especially the members. You have videos scheduled for at least a week. You will receive videos, you will receive certain things, the community post, you will receive all those things. I will simply ask the nation, please refrain from sending your dreams or testimony. Schedule them when I come back. I will receive them when I come back, whenever the mighty one says so. Usually we take a short break. Perhaps it could be a long break. We do not know. We will do this. Now, with all this thing being clarified, what's going on now? What is it with those train derailment? We talk about this multiple times. Then again, we have to keep repeating ourselves because a lot of people, they truly don't know what's going on and they are very afraid. All right. Now, because the frequency of the earth, the frequency of the planet is going higher, higher, and higher. We are already in a high vibration. We are already in a higher frequency. Therefore, it doesn't affect us. That's why we are quite calm. And certain things, we are in fact or indeed receiving more messages, more transmission, more dreams, more clarification, more studies, more comprehension, understand upon everything, because we are in the right frequency where we can receive those things. Now, the one that are caught below in this frequency, they are being destroyed. How? Many ways. For instance, we were just yesterday, the 10th, yesterday we had another earthquake over there in Turkey. We had another earthquake of 4.8 or 4.3. Oh, wait. Excuse me, 4.8, 4.3 earthquake over there in Turkey. Why? A scientist warned him. He said, this thing going to keep, the minimum it will take you people over there will be 2 years for these earthquakes to somewhat stop. There is massive amount of snow over there in California, where those people are stuck in their home. Certain people are no more. They won't say this. Okay. Now the guy MBB3, it checked the level of the lake over there in Lake Mead in Nevada and California. It's still dropping. You would have thought all those things would help. Like the scientist told them, he says, for this lake to rise steadily, you have to get a flooding every single day for the next 20 years for it to come back to the way that it was. You have to see what happened in California for the past few weeks, happened every single day for 20 years straight, for it to go back to whatever level that it would be sufficient to sustain both state or the plant, the electrical plant or power plant they need to produce the electricity for all those people that live in the desert. Now, of course, as the children of the light, we know this thing is done. It's a done deal. That said, those people can do whatever that they can, but it won't matter because it is done. The blessing is done. The grave is done. There's nothing they can do. Beloved, I'm not going to sit there and lie to you and telling you I know exactly when this thing's going to go down, like really go down, because it's been going down. I ain't going to sit there and telling you where we're going to go. Or I know we're going to go to Africa and we're going to go to under the earth, on the ground, above in Madim. Madim is a strong possibility, or all the things I do not know. All I know, this thing is down and we have great knowledge being increased in the midst of us. We are not stuck. Is there's one thing that we know for a fact, that the nation, at least over here, we are not stuck. The knowledge is increasing. Not in one book, multiple other books. Not in one subject, multiple other subjects. Beloved, I will ask you to join unto me to join with me in this prayer that we're about to say, to thank the Mighty One for all those things that happened. And we will discuss a little bit more about the Jehovah Witness thing that happened over there in Germany concerning this fellow, Mr. Philip F., which is 35 years old. After 18 months, he came back and took out 5 people, including a pregnant woman. The woman survived, but the baby is no more. Okay, remember when people were using our babies for alligator bait? Remember when you were taking our women and tie them up in a tree and use your axe to see how sharp your axe is? You will cut the baby out of the mother's belly with a single axe. Remember those things you used to do? Now, this is the judgment coming upon your own head. Okay, beloved, let me put this thing on silent and we will begin the short prayer. Okay. Great glory goes unto you, mighty one, you that created the heaven, the earth, and everything in them. We come before you with great humbleness. We come with great fasting, great weeping, and great wailing. We said thank you for everything that you've been doing for us in the past, the present, and the future. You are giving us the opportunity to recap, to relearn, and still learning the wisdom that you're sending. Yes, of course, we had certain knowledge. However, we were deprived of wisdom. Wisdom can only be acquired through experience and studied. Yes, there's a lot of things that we are experimenting, we are going through, and we are studying. Heavenly One, we thank you for not giving the nation into great shame and great reproach. Thank you for saving us. Thank you for keeping us sheltered. Thank you for giving us knowledge and wisdom 2 3 years ago that it is just now the world trying to catch up because we had warned them like you instructed us to do, but they refuse and ignore your fair warning. Now they are suffering the consequences. As a few days ago was the gates of Helios being opened, the gates of the thousand sun. We can feel the energy of the sun is coming, the shield, the CMEs, and all the other things are coming. We see the manifestation of the heavenly body arrange, rearrange, align, de-align. The zodiac is turning. Or recent soon we will enter the house of Aries, which is the first house, so to speak, where Nadim rule. And we know for a fact that the great judge is in the midst and he's doing the job. Whether they want to call them demons or what not, but we know they are working for you and they're working on our behalf. We are in our 39th days of fast over there in the UK, and the third or second or first part. The 40 days fast is already over. We ask you to look upon the fast that is over in that part with respect and have respect unto it and give the brethren, the sister over there, the proper the proper wish, grant unto them the proper wish that they ask. Of course, we have brethren and sisters over there in Germany. Of course, what happened over there to those Jehovah Witness over there, of course, we are the true mighty one witness. We are the true witness. We are the true one that stand and acknowledge what you've been doing and acknowledge your fact. Most people around the world, they give the credit to men. They give the credit to alien. They give the credit to elite. They give the credit to the establishment. But we, the true witnesses, we see what you are doing. We give the credit to you. Heavenly Father, may your will be done in this earth as it is in heaven. Selah, so be it. By the great and beautiful power, the mighty one vested in me, and he can take it anytime he feel like. I leave all of you in peace. Go in great peace, beloved. Be not afraid. Be not dismayed. Everything that you see happening here, they happen for a reason. It's because of all the stuff those people were doing back then. Now it's coming back onto them, and they lost the blessing. They lost everything. Selah, so be it. You know what? Let me try to wipe this thing. I don't know. All right. Should be. There you go. A hell of a lot better. Clear. Yes, beloved. Now, concerning what happened over there in Germany, recently we were making an Esau's Trouble video. There was something going on in Russia concerning those people, the mighty one witness. Of course, we always try to avoid saying any name that connected to the mighty one. We just give titles, okay? Those fellows over there in Russia, the Russian government were cracking down on them because they were considered, those group of people, somewhat, I would say, either terrorists or group, high risk group. And we had touched on this. We had many dreams, many testimonies that came in concerning those type of people. Now, in Germany, a gentleman by the name Mr. Philip F. went into one of those assembly where he was a member. He left 18 months ago, and he started blasting people. He took out 5 people or no more, of course, and there's a pregnant woman, which was the 6th, got hurt critically, and the baby she was carried is no more. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say this was a fun thing to happen. It's not. It's a terrible thing. But it must happen. It will continue. It will just get more and more and more attention to the media. Of course, they don't want to report that. You don't hear any hyena being done by this, especially of all people. You don't see the Hebrew channels, the black channels, report on this and say, what's going on over there? But yes, they report on 2 of our 4 of people that look like us, okay, that went in Mexico to do something, some medical stuff, some cosmetic stuff. They get the wrong place, wrong time, and they get done. 2 of them or no more. Over there in Germany, 5 people. It is always the focus always putting on us. Nobody questioned this thing over there and say, wait a minute, he is a quote unquote a mighty one witness. I thought those people were the so-called the most peaceful one, the most docile one. This guy, he had a rage. They say, oh, well, he had a rage against religion. No, he find out the truth. This German fellow find out the truth. He realized how badly those people had put him in a situation that he can't get out. He realized how much worse that they put it in a terrible situation. Remember, in the good book, they say those people are going to come after the leaders. The elites say, oh, you fools, you made us go against the real people. You made us go against the real power. Now we are here to kick y'all. He find the truth. That's all. He realized all those lies they told him. Yes, he just realized that. Why else? Because he had problem with that, I don't know, pastor, church member. Now, let me go ahead, play this video in about, I would say about a minute or so. Let me play it for the people to see what's going on here. Another one. And they really need DJ Khaled to do this thing. All right, let me play this.
We begin tonight with a family tragedy in Miami Lakes. 5 people found dead inside a home in what police are calling a murder-suicide. A family member calling police for help when she couldn't.
And developing now, tragedy in Miami Lakes after an apparent murder-suicide left 5 people dead.
Among those dead, a mother and her adult son. Police say they have a pretty good idea who pulled the trigger, but the search continues for answers. Local 10's Annalise Garcia live in Miami Lakes with the details.
Good morning, Alex. Andrew. Well, we now know that the shooter is the son of one of the people inside that was found yesterday. Now, police do tell us that this all started with a family member that hadn't heard from her loved one, so she called 911. They came and did a welfare check, and that's when they found the 5 bodies in this home. One after another, officers found 5 people dead in a Miami Lakes home Friday night. Miami-Dade police responded to a 911 call from a loved one around 10 in the morning. Detectives made entry to the house on Northwest 87th Court and found the tragic nightmare.
They continued to search the different rooms, and they found additional bodies in those rooms. They were able to find on one of the last bedrooms a male that was deceased from a gunshot wound, but it appears to be self-inflicted.
Distraught, this man telling Local 10 News 2 of the bodies found are his ex-wife and their son.
Freaked me out. I just got home. It's terrifying.
I don't know why he killed 5 people.
for himself.
Investigators with Miami-Dade police say the bodies found were of 2 men and 3 women. Neighbors in this quiet community say they are shocked and left wondering why.
I mean, I know that mental illness, it's, a problem in our country.
That's not what that is. That's not what that is when it comes to those things. They try to blame it onto mental health and none of those things. That's not what it is. There is a spirit out there. If you are in a low vibration, you are automatically a victim. There is a certain energy that are lurking, seeking people that have targeted on them. You guys never mention the horrible things that you've done unto a group of people. You never apologized. You never made any reckoning, any reparation, you never did anything. You just ignore it and you pretend that everything is doing all right. And when those things are happening, you blame it on mental health. You made it seem like this is the first time or this is the only time America has certain mental health explosion issue going on. It's like, whoa, we have a very bad mental health. You see, when you people had that drug you planted in our community, you made it into a problem. You quickly tackle and you resolve the problem in our community, the crack epidemic. How did you do this? You mobilized the whole country, the entire world. Just Say No campaign, Mr. T, your brain on crack. The whole world, the whole country was up in arms, prison sentence, being tough on crime because it was on us. It's something that you put on us to literally destroy and kill us. And you did. You did a marvelous job. But the mighty one was in the midst of us. We're still here. When you say mental health was a problem, Nixon did not say this. Nixon said the number one America number one is drug addiction. How did they tackle it? Destroying our people, mass incarceration, planting, entrapment, and destroy our people. That's what you did. And all over the world, you did this. You're the worst. You see, now you don't say anything about America public enemy number one is mental health. We need to get more hospital, create more job, have more psychologists. You know what? We're going to go a step further. Have more magician, more medium that can read, because this is spiritual. Had more of the children of the Hebrews that can come and talk to those people and see if we can find a solution here. You don't say this. You ignore it. You pretend it's not happening. When those things were happening, take the mighty one back in the 80s, 90s, we didn't have internet the way that we had. Internet was there, but was not available to the masses the way that it is now. Now everyone can see. You see what happened in Germany over there? Every single German in Germany know what happened, and they know for a fact the similarity that happened over there and over here and the Americans. They see the similarity. They see the people that are doing this. Other country, they see that. They understand. They're like, yo, you people are under judgment. Of course, you guys will blow up the whole thing that happened over there in Mexico. Okay, you blow that thing up. Make it seem like that's like, whoa, black folks, you need to go out there and acting up. Be reactionary. Do some reaction video, take the street, and then keep yourself in this vibration so it can be destroyed with me also. You people pretend all those things are happening out. They have nothing to do with our past, with the stuff that you did unto us. All those train derailment, that happen close to the rivers. We told you all the rivers, they run on ley line. All those train tracks, they run on ley line. All those highways and byways runs on there. The ley lines is the energy grid that's going on the earth. It switched a while ago. And when it does, you see the earth is just like, well, your body is just like the earth. Pretty much the same thing that the earth has, you have it too. You have ley lines in your body. They call them nerves. Your nerves, your nervous system, your veins, your arteries are ley lines. And they are not working the same way that they used to. You see this, how the ley lines switch on the earth? That's why you have those people keep dying, suddenly drop. Because the arteries, their vein, their nerves not work the same way that they used to. When the sun is sending all those terrible, massive amount of radiation, they switch the ley line on the earth, they switch the one in your body too. When the train is running on the track, the ley line switch, constriction, the train pop up or fell off, and all those things happen. And the same one too with the people, regular and athletes, strengthening it, switch it, black artery, heart attack, they die. Have you ever seen or noticed now, after each summer wave or heat wave, they have after a few months later, a bunch of people dying because the sun cooked them up. The suit that they wear, the suit that they have, cannot withstand this unusual amount of radiation. Some people say, well, I'll stay out of the sun. I'll come out of during the day. That's even worse. You see, during night or at night, you receive more cosmic shower. During the day, the only star, so to speak, the only body that is in the sky is the sun. Sometimes you can see the moon. But at night, you have literally an unlimited amount of bodies. They are sending beaming things here. And the radiation that the sun brought during the day, it's still there. When you get out of night, it's not something that has to do with the intensity of the heat of the sun. That has nothing to do with that. The same sun that is shining over here, when there is a heat wave in California, I'm looking at the same sun. It's not affecting us over here in Florida or anywhere on the East Coast or certain part of the West Coast, but a certain specific spot, they put a dome there. Not they, not the so-called Gentiles, okay? The mighty ones, superheroes, the people that are walking on behind, okay? They put a dome there and then they just microwave it. We mentioned this multiple times. Fact that you see all those people are dropping dead because they cannot withstand the power that the sun is bringing, the power, the radiation, the stars, the alignment. Each alignment, they cause and they bring something. Now, a few years ago, well, not a few years ago, a few months, still these days, especially our people, they were in uproar and glorify Bill Gates because he was going to build something to block the ray of the sun because the sun is causing too much destruction. It's getting too hot. We need to build something. We're going to build something. Oh, Big Levi, he's buying all those farmland because they're going to build this thing to block the sun. Well, what? Go ahead then. What are you people are waiting on? Agenda 2020. Agenda 2021. Okay, we're in 2023 with an Agenda 2030. Okay, yeah, well, as if you have until 2030. Big Levi, they are doing this and stuff like that. You do really believe that? Huh? You believe this? You believe the so-called Gentiles are destroying and killing their own people over there in Germany because they're going to bring Jacob's trouble? All right, then. Well, if this is what you believe, Sunday, to each his own, man. I myself and the people that are like me will stay in the high vibration. We'll stay in the vibration that we say, oh, hell no, you're not doing none of those things. You giving the so-called elites too much credit. You don't give them credit at all. You give them way too much credit. That's why you're so confused. That's why you all finding out the truth, and then now you go to your own church and realize that you people had lied to me. I've seen the truth, and then you're taking them out. There are so many more airplanes falling out the sky. Let me see if I can play this one right there. This one just happened a few minutes ago. There you go.
Crashed and it wound up overturned in the Everglades.
The two survivors on board left stranded in the swamp, and now we're hearing from the rescuers. Local 10's Cody Weddle is live in Southwest Miami-Dade with the story. Cody.
And Louie and Nicole, the two passengers on this plane had just lived through a miracle. They survived a plane crash, but then they were stranded in the Everglades. And when someone is stranded, that's when these guys behind me, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, fire up their engines.
We train pretty well, so it's we maintain a state of calm in the aircraft. It helps us do our jobs.
New video shows how rescue crews responded to a small plane crashed in the Everglades on Tuesday.
We arrived on scene, assessed the scenario, saw the survivors out on the wing.
The five-man team from Miami-Dade Fire Rescue telling us how they pulled off the risky rescue.
It is a very inaccessible area. Most of that area is 1 to 2 feet of water, swamp. Vehicles can't get back there.
The two aboard the plane had survived the crash, left only with minor injuries, but they were stranded 9 miles from the closest road, the area only accessible by airboat and by helicopter.
When they lowered me onto the wing, I made contact with the survivors. I assessed their calmness and their ability to undergo the hoist rescue.
Both of those passengers hoisted into the chopper and transported back to Tamiami Airport. Their rescuers calling it just another day on the job.
Feels great. It's good to know that people are home and safe.
I can safely say that once they're pulled out of the swamp, they're happy.
And still no word on.
A news alert tonight in Polk County as rescue turns recovery 8 hours after two planes crashed into each other in midair. The sheriff's office believes they've located all people on board. All 4 of them died in this crash.
It happened over a lake just outside the Winter Haven Regional Airport off US 92 and Highway 17.
10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido has been with first responders all evening.
Yeah, Angelina, is such a heartbreaking night for so many people.
Dave and Carolina, the identification of 3 of the 4 people on board both of these planes just came out a half hour ago, and already the reaction from the community and the students and staff at Polk State is starting to pour in, many saying it is just devastating to lose 4 lives this way. The calls about this crash first started coming in at
Nobody going to answer that. Well, Big Levi, those are like small plane. They don't have the maintenance and stuff. Okay, well, wait until you see those giant commercial things. Those giant commercial Boeing. I'm not talking about something that fell in the Philippine Sea and talk. I'm talking about things that fell here on the Holy Land. Remember 2 years ago, there was an airplane full with people passing over from Philippines to Jakarta to another, either to Indonesia or Filipino, somewhere. Everybody on board, gone. Till they had recovered the black box. They should have made it public. Nobody saying anything. Remember a few years ago, a submarine with like 50-something plus soldiers in there, gone. When they find it, the submarine is cut in 3 parts. It's shredded in 3 parts. What could possibly cause this? Did you know how impossible it is for a submarine to hit an object, to hit like a mountain or some kind of rock, or to hit a whale, to hit another submarine? You have 10 times or 100 times more chance to hit another car with your car while you can see with your physical eyes than those guys that are doing those submarine thing, looking in the radar to hit a freaking fish. That's how precise those things are. And they just tell us like, okay, they just hit, I don't know. What is it that? What is it that they hit? a mountain that came out of nowhere. You people you don't say any, you don't explain none of those things. You don't say none of it. You just buried it, and then you pretend there's nothing going on. You keep on moving. And China, I don't bring China into this thing because China is pretty much done. It's been raining so much, now it's raining worms. I will not play the video because there's Christian try to come up over there and try to explain how this is the Antichrist doing these things. You have no explanation. We had explained those things ages before. 2-3 years ago, we told you those things are going to happen. It's going to happen worse. Now, here's a bonus. What's going to happen much more? Well, not only you're going to see those same incidents happen over and over, you yourself watching this, whether you're here right now in the future, you will witness them like with your bare eyes. Remember, we told you at one point, brethren, we're going to have to be the one reporting the news because it will be too much. You see what happened the other day right there in the hood? I still got the video up. I'm working on this thing so I can upload it for the people. We will be the one reporting the news. Another train derailment, caught on tape. One of our people caught it. An airplane full of one of our people. One of these things in the sky, one of our people. Now, NASA, their scientists or their intellectual over there, their researchers, they come with another video. Well, not a video, with another article. They said, well, there is a there is a possibility that they have a giant mothership in our solar system. No, in our galaxy. It's not a possibility. There is a giant. This freaking Earth is a giant mothership. It's an organic ship. That's what it is. However, this ship that you're whatever UFO that you're telling is somewhere in the galaxy very far. No, it's already here. It's cloaked. They are well aware of that, brethren. They'll make it seems like they make it seems like they are in control and they know what's going on because too many reports and too many people are questioning them. Okay? Too many people are questioning them. And they said, oh, well, there is a possibility that there is a giant mothership of alien things over there in the galaxy. No, galaxy. What are you talking about? They're all over the galaxy and they are here. They are just quietly molding the people's mind. The government more now. Back then, it was a taboo to ask the government question about UFO. It was a taboo. They won't even give you the time of the day to answer you. Now they are talking about this, talking about that. NASA said, well, there is a strong possibility that those objects that we are seeing here are alien, extraterrestrial and stuff. Again, the word extra mean outside, intra mean inside, extraterrestrial mean outside earth, terrace, terrain, terra, tear, earth, dirt, here, extra, outside of the earth. It's an outside thing. It's not from earth. There is intraterrestrial, those who live under the earth and under the world or Agatha or whatever you want to call it. Those are intraterrestrial. Those are people, they've been there way before. Well, of course, we're from there. We effed up. We are the one that disobey and, talk back to Moses and Aaron. When they say the earth open and take some of the few things, now you start to see the connection. The intraterrestrial, they never left. They are still here. They keep their silence, they keep their peace, and let us serve our sentences. Now the sentence is over. You see them more and more and more. Yep, that was top secret back then, man. Top secret. You couldn't even talk about this. You said one word about UF, bam, you get done. Top secret. Now suddenly, no, there's some possibility, some certain stuff, and it could possibly alien. NASA never ever acknowledge the question, even the thoughts of other civilization. They never said there's a possibility. They tell you no, There is nothing out there because we look. Well, what do you mean because you look? You okay? There's nothing out there. You people are spending billions of dollars to look in there. You recently launched that James Webb telescope and stuff like that. You still didn't see nothing. Oh, interesting. Magnificent. See, now they are become more and more open because the more we are studying, the more we stay out of their garbage, the more we don't pay attention to them, the more we pay attention to ourselves. And beloved brothers, I can't stress this enough. Meditation. You have to meditate, man. Meditation. You have to meditate. If you can do if you can do 5 minutes meditation, brethren, 5 minutes meditation a day. You can do it every hour, every 2-3 hours. Do it. Remember what we said. Once you enter a state of meditation, there will be an angel automatically. There will be an angel right there with you, beaming things into your mind. But you have to meditate. Meditate literally to quiet your mind. Stop thinking about all those things at once. Anybody familiar with the term heart rate? I will close with that. Anybody familiar with the term heart rate? And if you are, what is your heart rate? Your resting heart rate. What is the healthiest resting heart rate for an adult male, an adult female, or the resting heart rate? How important that thing is. See, the Mighty One had me studying heart. Remember, we refer the book Type A Behavior. It's about your heart. And I've been studying a lot of things related to the heart. Okay. Brother, I believe sister is 68. Okay. Do you know your resting heart rate? Thank you, Brother Joe. 60 to 100. Brother Daniel, 73. Is that yours? Okay, 66 to 78 is normal. I'm 66. 60 to 100 beat per minute. The resting heart rate is how long can one reduce the heart rate at which your heart pumps the blood. The slower the heart, but anyway, let me read what, you know what, let me see if I can get Google or YouTube to say the stuff live. But what is a resting heart rate?
According to Mayo Clinic, the normal resting heart rate for adults ranges from 60 to 100 beats per minute. Generally, a lower heart rate at rest implies more efficient heart function and better cardiovascular fitness. For example, a well-trained athlete might have a normal resting heart rate closer to 40 beats per minute.
Now, a heart rate, okay, a normal resting heart rate for adults range from 60 to 100. That's normal. But anything above 100, you have what they call tachycardia or tachycardia. It's your heart is beating too fast, and you are resting. Your heart is above 100. Not a few days. A couple of years ago, my heart rate was 95. Tachycardia. Or tachycardia, but it's Latin. It's tachycardia. Yes, baby, of course, have faster heart rate, and a mouse heart rate is 1,000 times faster than an elephant heart rate. A mouse heart rate is like a machine gun. An elephant heart rate is like a step by step, slow step. Doop, 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 doop. When a baby heart rate or fetus heart rate just go like a machine gun. Because the smaller you are, the less space. When your heart pump it through the blood out of your body, and then if the space of your body is so small, the blood's gonna come back quicker. quicker. The smaller you are, your heart rate is faster. But the bigger you are, when the heart sent the blood spread, and then it take up all time to come back to the heart, and the heart hit it, spread until it reach every part of the body, and then it go down. So my heart rate was 95, 97, which was pretty bad. Well, it's normal, but it is bad for me. Resting, man, what the hell is going on? That was a couple of years ago. So when I start entering fasting, every Thursday we fast, my heart rate dropped from 95 to 80s. When I start doing meditation, my heart rate dropped all the way to 57. They say the athlete that go around and do stuff, the heart rates are somewhere around 40 or below. When your heart slow down, it's much more efficient. You breathe better. I'm breathing better. I feel a lot better. I've been in the sun. I've been eating a bunch of things. I don't know what's going on with me and mushroom, but something's going on there. I've been eating like a massive amount of mushroom. Carrots, mushroom. I just can't stop. I've been eating so much of it. No, I don't know why. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just cooking everything. I have to put mushroom, onions, and everything. But anyway, oops. Just put this thing back in there. Excuse me. So my heart rate just slowed down. It just slowed down. It keeps slowing down from 95 all the ways going. It's been 2 months now. My heart rate stays steady from 60 to 59. Then it go down to 58, 57. Just keep going down. And when I go to my things, I realize because of the meditation. 5 minutes meditation is a lot, brothers, a day. Well, I've been laughing a hell of a lot. I've been doing a lot of stuff. And there's a bunch of people I caught tied with them. And my heart is dropping. And I've been studying the heart, and I see the behavior. Your behavior truly affected your heart. My blood pressure, of course, was 155. Last time it was good. It was 120. Is it in here? That was in February. 121/72. That was at March 1st. And then it dropped to 119. I get calmer. I get better. I become much more efficient. I think a hell of a lot clearer now. Beloved, meditate. Listen, when I say meditation, just spend 5 minutes, let your thoughts run. Just observe them. Or choose, meditate on your health. I am healthy. I'm a healthy young man, a healthy young woman. I do healthy things. I listen to healthy stuff. I eat healthy things. I watch healthy things. I smell healthy things. I be around healthy people. I am healthy. Always do those things in present tense. Present tense. Don't say, I must become healthy. I will become. No, I am at peace. I am peace. Peace is in me. I am normal. My soul, I am at peace. My body is at peace. My soul is at peace. My spirit is at peace. Always take those three level: body, soul, and spirit. Of course, mind. Positive affirmation, present tense. Always. Beloved, things are dropping. I feel a lot better. I sleep a lot better. I become a lot better because of the meditation. Now, I myself, I increase 1 minute a day. For instance, I started 5 minutes March 1st, March 2nd, 6 minutes, March 3rd, 7 minutes. Every day I add 7 until I reach 20 minutes. And once you start reaching 20 minutes with your eyes closed in complete darkness, you're going to start seeing some real hish. You're going to start seeing things. Anytime you pass 20 minutes meditating, you go either one thing, either you fall asleep or you. That's why I've been falling asleep so easy now. Whatever that I'm doing, I'm just oh man, oh boy, what is this? What is this? You know what? Let me just close this book and then take a quick nap here. Next thing you know, the sun is up. Oh man, I get the work going on and stuff. I gotta do stuff. Beloved, meditation, man. But if I don't know what to meditate, just quiet your mind. Quiet your mind and just 5 minutes silence, just chill. Let your mind walk, and your heart rate is going to slow down. It's going to slow down. When you spend all your time thinking about this, thinking about that, thinking your heart don't rest. You do know your heart is the only organ that never rests, and if it rests completely, if it stops, your heart don't stop. You might not using certain organ in your body. Some of them you use them once in a while. You know, some internal organ you use them once in a while. When it's time for you to use them, you use them. But the heart always, you are asleep, it's beating. If it stops beating, there's a problem. Meditation, brethren, deep meditation. You can go an hour. Walk your way to an hour. The more you can meditate, the better things are going to appear unto you. You will stop worrying about things. Ever since I find out, like, yeah, you can find out how long you have left to live, my life become a lot more meaningful to me. Let me close with this. I said I was going to close with the heart, but let me close with this. There is, you know what? Let me play the video. There's this video called what gang don't prepare, what the gang don't tell you. The title is What Gang Don't Prepare You For, okay?
43 and a half years. I don't think there's any half. 43 straight, right? Bullshit, man. Ooh, get out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Bullshit, man. Fucking bullshit, man. You fucked up, man. Bullshit, man.
Some of you have seen this video. Let me tell you what's going on here. You know, the gang life. Yo, you know, hey man, I'm a gang, Negro, what's up with you? I'm all about that life. Until you hit 43 years straight. Then you realize you're not about that life, man. Then you realize that, yo, you know what, man? I got places to be 43 years. Apparently, this fellow is a young man. He's been getting into a lot of burglary with gang stuff. I don't know if he killed people, but he was apprehended. They gave him 43 years in prison. Let's do a little math, okay? I believe he's like, I think he's 35 years old. Is that what that is? You can ask anybody that's been in prison that are now out and say, man, what's up, man? What would you like to go? What did you love about being in prison, man? Like, would you prefer to go back in there and do stuff? Yo, man, hey, this is real in there, man. It's not like this thing is real back there, man. You got people that serve 20, 30, 40, 50 years. When they get out, they say, I will never go back in there, man. Then you got those guys, dogs. This dude is probably 30. Let's say, well, for the benefit of the doubt, let's say the dude is like me, okay? He's 33 years old, all right? 33 years old. You got 43 years in prison. So you'll get out when you're 76. You'll get out when you're 76 years old. Ask anyone here who are in the, well, not even in the 70s or 50s. Ask them like, thank you, beloved sister Josie, for the super sticker. Ask them like, is it the same when you're in your 70s, when you were 30, 40 something years ago? Ask them, anybody that are 50. I speak with people, they say the moment you reach 50, it's something, it's something else. You want to lose weight, lose it now. Don't wait when you're 50. When you're in their 70s, you wake up one day, you felt like you played football last night. You felt like what you can't remember, like that guy said, you can't remember you play football, you play some type of sport. That's how your body feel like. You felt like, man, what happened? What's going on? Oh, good grief. It's not the same, man. Now, again, beloved, I'm not going to tell anybody, oh, once you reach 76, that's all and stuff. But, beloved, you spent 43 years behind bar because what? Gang, Negro, what's up with you? I'm all about that life, living that street. That you see, the street gonna be there forever. You won't. After 43 years, you come out, that street is right there. That street you are representing, a bunch of white people already moved there, and then the whole gangs thing, it's all good. It's all gone. And then when you came out, you're 76 years old, you're looking. That's why I highly recommend this movie, The Irishman, on Netflix. You got to watch The Irishman. You gotta watch it. You spent all your life two-third gang, you robbing people, killing people because it's cool. Gang, nigga, I'm all about that life. I'm gonna kill them, man. Until they give you 43 years. Now you're 76, you get out. You have 43 years to catch. That is in your mind. You have 43 years to catch. Do you know how hard it is for you to catch the people that are watching you? Do you know how hard it is to catch with my videos? That's only my videos. Do you know how hard it is to catch with the lesson we've been doing? Some of you left for like a week, and then when you come back, it's just way too much. You can't catch up with it. You're like, what the hell they're talking about? Did the nation started this? Man, I gotta go ahead and catch up. Man, I gotta catch up with big Levi, big Judah, the other brethren. I gotta catch up with this. I gotta catch up with those books that I've been buying. You have 43 years to catch up. You're 76. Anybody that were in prison like 46, 43 years ago, I would say back in 1970, 77, 78, I'd say we'll give it to 78. You were in prison in 1978, you came out this year. Like the sister said, there's iPhone, there's iPod, Android. I can talk to you. There's the internet. You can see people, you send email, all those things. You're gonna have to catch up, man. You're gonna have to catch up. Then you're going to find other people that are same age as you. They are far ahead. They got phone too. You never even had a cell phone back in the 70s. Then you come out, you heard of cell phone, you see it probably on TV, but you never actually have one and operate one. There's social media out there. Hell, if you had a son or children, they don't know who you are. They're 43. They probably like 50 something out there. You're 76. You came out. You don't know what to do. Hell, all your family members are dying. The ones that are alive don't even recognize you, and they don't want you nowhere near them. There's a brother on YouTube that did something back in the 70s. He recently got out. I think he shot a police officer back in the 70s. He recently got out. And then when he got out, the brother was wise, man. He got out, gray beard. He went really young. He got out. He was in his 70s, and he's sitting down. He said, when I was young, I didn't see those things. This is another world. he saw people with earbuds, headphone, talking, and he saw them in their phone. He thought they were all FBI, CIA agent. He thought all of them were CIA. So he went somewhere, he hid, because he like, those guys are CIA. They got this thing in their mind. And he look around, he see kids walking around with this thing. He like, damn, this child is CIA too. Man, they get so much advanced. So he starts seeing people walking around with things in their hand. So he approached them. He like, what is that thing that you have in your ear? And can you imagine, brothers, somebody walk up onto you and ask you, what is this? They look, they say, it's a phone, it's a headphone. So how is that a headphone? I thought those headphones back in the 70s, they can cover your whole half of your face. The headphone back in the 70s, they look like two cereal bowl you put in your head. The sound is so low quality, the song and stuff. Right now, everything is, they are cordless and everything. And he was amazed. He said, now they have phone. He said, I went and see. It's on YouTube. I can play it because it's for Vice or whatever. They strike me. He said, I don't know. I got to go see my family. I don't even know if I have family. And he said, everybody have a camera in their hand. He said, he said, did you know there's a camera in your phone? Yeah, the guy was hilarious. The guy was hilarious. Like, the phone have cameras now. And this is you can see that guy, he missed a lot, man. But he was wise. He was wise. He's just, that's what it is. Now, that's when you find out you're going to spend 43 years in prison. Let's say right now, you do certain things, you find out, Big Levi, you have 43 years to live. After 43 years, the Mighty One will dissolve you back into the fire element, into the light element where you came from. Or they sent your ass back to Shemesh. And then you come back here, I don't know. Probably you're not going to reincarnate it here on Earth. You're probably going to go to Madim or another solar system. But after 43 years, we're going to send you back to Shemesh. You got 43 years. Okay? I have 43 years. All right, then. What I'm going to do. I ain't going to spend my 43 years in jail, man, or prison, man. I ain't got time for this, son. I ain't got time to get into argument with people trying to prove things to you. I prove this thing to you. Oh, no, I don't believe it. But there's more books and I don't believe it. That's on your opinion. I agree with you, Big Leaf. I respectfully agree. But I respectfully disagree. With all due respect, Big Levi, I disagree. Oh, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna get into things that would waste my time. Stand out there, play dominoes, drinking, throwing up gang sign, talking about how this fellow is rich, that other fellow is not rich, chasing skirt, and all this nonsense. I ain't got time for this nonsense. You got 43 years to live. What would you do? What would you do right now if you're a young man watching this? They say you got 20 years old. They say you got 75 years left on this earth. 20 years old. You'll die when you are 95 years old. What you gonna do? You're gonna spend 43 out of that 70 years in jail? Because I know I'm gonna die at 95. You go, that's what it, nah, man. You will spend your time much more efficiently. You will not give time to people that don't deserve your time. You will not waste time in things that don't serve any purpose on you. You'll become a hell of a lot sharper, wiser, quieter much more energy saver. Certain things you won't come here wasting your time. You will spend more time in things that are valuable unto you. The most gangster things you can do, somebody say this, is getting your own place, your own car, your own job, your own business, your own family. That's the most gangster things you can do. The most gangster thing is not representing this set, throwing this set, and then get thrown in life, in jail for life. You will travel. You will visiting places. You will have a bucket list, sir. Most people don't have a bucket list because they just stuck somewhere in job and stuff. You will have a bucket list. Visiting Paris, okay? All right, Paris. Have a son, 2 daughters, all right? I have 73 years to have 2 sons, 2 daughters, owning a dog, pet an elephant, and what else? Getting in fight with a baboon over a banana, make a movie, release an album, do this, get married on top of a mountain, get married underwater. What is it? You're making your plan. I ain't gonna let anybody waste my time, man. Do some goods. Having your own is the most straight up gangster thing you can do. When Negroes try to like the gangster, the most gangster thing you can do is having your own. I'm on my own, Negro. I got my own thing. The most gangster thing you can do is to just say, you know what? Let me get out there and walk around. This is gangster. Just get out there. You walk around the neighborhood a few times. You look around, see the 2:30 in the mist. You go right back in the house. You can do this. You know what? Let me go to the store and see what they have over there. If they have some coupon and sale and stuff like that. Let me go to the movie. Today is Saturday. Let me go watch Ant-Man again. That's the most gangster thing you can do. I have freedom, sir. I can go wherever I want. Well, at least wherever my money can allow me to go, or that freaking car or the bus can go. But I sleep in a comfortable bed. It may not be a bed. It could be a sofa or some kind of couch. But sir, I sleep on this peacefully. I'm not sleeping with one eye closed, the other one, open, staying on that dude right there, ready to ride that mechanical bull. No, sir. I'm at peace with that. I never had to worry about this. As a man, you have urges, you have certain things your own needs, but there's a cookie in there. You need this thing. It's a survival mode for us men, Yeah, that's the most gangster thing you can do. If you're a young teenager or whatever, let's say you have 70 years to live, 80 years. If you are 15, you got 80 years to live. Don't spend that 80 years playing video game, wasting your time. A lot of guys will regret this when they are in their, when my generation is like in their 80s and 90s. They all they spend their time is on YouTube, playing video game and social media. That's it. That's all. See, back then, people didn't waste their time mostly on TV, but they were outdoors. People were mostly outdoors. Don't waste your time, brethren. Don't waste it. What is wasting my time, Big Levi? Well, one thing, joining a game, showing people you tough, being a people pleaser, and above all, live in fear. That's the worst. That's the most time wasting thing. Live in fear. If you never live alone, you can never live with. If you never learn to live alone, you can never learn. You can never live with people. You can never live with people. You gotta learn to love yourself, have a good relationship with yourself, meditate with yourself, about yourself, alone with yourself. Know thyself, know who you are, who's your guardian angel and all that. What they want to leave this earth, you won't be afraid of those things. Now, when you come to other people, you'll study them. You'll know who worth your time and who worth not a damn second of your time. Beloved, don't waste your time. Value your time. Take care of your time. Selah. So be it. If there is any question, beloved, I will see you folks later. Once again, my apology for the few days. I was supposed to do a lesson yesterday, Friday. Guess what? If I find this book, I start reading, and then when I wake up, like, what the hell? What time is it? Oh, good grief, 2 a.m. Oh crap! Did I set up the thing? Oh, good thing I didn't set it up, but I sent the community post. But I keep falling asleep because my heart rate is I don't know what's going on with me, man. Okay, I leave you in peace, beloved. Okay, any more questions? Okay. Tomorrow will be the last day for the people that on the other side. Today is the last day once the sun go down. Yeah, sometime you need time. Okay, all right. All right, beloved. Thank you. Bless. Galatians 6:7. Go in peace.